Good morning, student. This is the lecture number 23 of unit number 3, that is strain measurement. Second part, that is strain measurement. Okay. In that, we have started with the Wheatstone-Bridge circuit. In that Wheatstone-Bridge circuit, we will have to study the two types of or two conditions in the Wheatstone-Bridge circuit, that is null or balanced condition, deflection or unbalanced condition. Okay. So in null condition we have studied how the Wheatstone-Bridge works, Wheatstone-Bridge circuit works. Okay, in the Wheatstone-Bridge circuit there are four limbs. In four limbs there are different four resistances are mounted. Okay, so in between that there is a galvanometer which is used to measure the deflection or null condition. Okay, so that we have covered in the previous lecture. Okay, so today we will have to go through the second condition, that is deflection mode or deflection or unbalanced condition. Okay, so in that we will have to study the quarter bridge, half bridge and full bridge. Okay, these three conditions we will have to study. So quarter bridge means what? In the diagram you can see that there is one cantilever beam, and on the upper size of the or upper part of that cantilever beam the strain gauge is mounted. That strain gauge is nothing but the resistance R1 which is connected to the Wheatstone-Bridge circuit with the first limb. Okay, that is R1. Is it? So as the downward force is applied on the end of the cantilever beam, so because of that the is strength is act on the beam, and that will be balanced by the equivalent amount of equivalent opposite force. Okay, which will balance the Wheatstone-Bridge circuit. That we will have to means the relation for that we will have to derive. Okay, so in this case initially the bridge resistance is so adjusted that the bridge is balanced. After gauge are strained, the equilibrium get disturbed. Okay, means what? Initially what is maintained, the bridge is balanced. Okay, but as we are applying the external force on the cantilever beam, and it will be considered as a resistance R1, as the one strain gauge is mounted on the cantilever beam. So as soon as we apply the downward force on the cantilever beam, so that strain get disturbed. Okay, and for that the voltage VO is measured under the unbalanced condition. Okay, so in quarter bridge, okay, the circuit of a quarter mode of strain measurement, in this only one strain gauge or resistance is used for the measurement, and other three resistances are fixed. Okay, so assume that no current is flowing through the galvanometer, then I1 and I2 equal to, means I1 is what and I2 is the current flowing through the limb AB and BC, means upper limb, both the upper limb, that is AB and BC, and lower limb, that is AD and DC respectively. Means I1 is flowing through the AB and BC, and I2 is flowing through the AD and DC. Okay, and on that basis we can write I1 equal to Vs by R1 plus R2, and I2 equal to Vs by R3 plus R4. Okay, so that is nothing but the relation, means according to the Ohm's law we can write down I1 equal to Vs by R1 plus R2, because I1 is flowing through the resistance R1 and R2, and I2 is flowing through the resistance R3 and R4. Okay, then VAB, voltage drop in limb AB and BC, is given by VAB equal to I1 into R1, means voltage drop I1 into R1. So just now we have calculated I1 equal to R1 upon Vs upon R1 plus R2. Okay, so we can write down the equation as VAB, means voltage drop in limb AB and BC, is equal to R1 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs. That is equation number 1. Next, VAD, means voltage drop in limb AD and DC, is given by, okay, same relation we will obtain, that VAD equal to I2 into R3 and I2 just now we have derived or calculated, that is R3 upon R3 plus R4 into Vs. Okay, so initially all the resistances are equal, that's why R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R4 equal to R. Okay, so that's why whatever the derived relation for VAB and VAD, that is voltage drop in limb AB and BC, voltage drop in limb AD and DC, is converted to VAB equal to VAD equal to Vs by 2. Why? Because R3 will become R1 or R, and R3 and R4 are equal, means twice R. So in the means R present in the numerator and denominator, that will get cancelled, and the final relation for voltage drop across AB and AD will be Vs by 2. Okay, now the VO, output voltage across the terminal B and D, is given by, now voltage output voltage across the terminal B and D will be VO equal to VAB minus VAD, means Vs by 2 minus Vs by 2 will be 0. Okay, so the bridge is balanced under unstrained condition. Okay, now when the gauge is strained, जेव्हा गेज काय म्हणजेच काय म्हणू आपण, जेव्हा कॅन्टिलिव्हर बीमवर काय एक्सटर्नल फोर्स अप्लाय केलेला आहे, त्या केसमध्ये काय होईल, the resistance R1 changes from R1 to R1 plus RTR, and voltage VO changes from VO to VO plus DVO. Okay, so the equation 1 become, we know that equation 1 is that R1 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs, so it will be changes to R1 plus DR upon R1 plus DR plus R2 into Vs. How we can represent it, that R1 plus DR upon 2R. Why 2R? Because R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R4 equal to R, that we have already written above. Okay, that's why R plus DR upon 2R plus DR into Vs. Okay, so VAD equal to R3 upon R3 plus R4 into Vs. Why it is? Because only one resistance is strained. Okay, other resistances are not strained. Okay, they are fixed, that's why R3 upon R3 plus R4 into Vs, means Vs by 2. The change in output voltage due to the straining is given by, the change in output voltage due to the straining is given by VO plus DVO equal to VAB minus VAD equal to R plus DR upon 2R plus DR into Vs minus Vs by 2. Okay, so DVO, that VO equal to 0 we have already considered, so DVO equal to R plus DR upon 2R plus DR minus 1 by 2 Vs. Okay, so DVO equal to 2R plus 2DR minus 2R plus DR upon 4R plus 2DR into Vs. Okay, and therefore DVO equal to DR upon 4R plus 2R into Vs equal to Vs upon 4 into DR by R. Now in the previous equation, that is DVO equal to 2R plus 2DR minus 2R plus DR, here that 2R will get cancelled, because 2R and minus 2R will get cancelled, and 2R minus DR means simply DR will remain, means 1 DR and 1 DR upon 4R plus 2R 2 DR into Vs. So here DR is very less than R, that's why DR by 4R means Vs by 4 into DR by R. Okay, in terms of the applied strain epsilon, the strain gauge factor F will be DVO equal to Vs by 4 into F into epsilon, because DR by R is nothing but F into epsilon. Okay, on this relation we will have to study one numerical. Okay, a strain gauge having a resistance of 100 ohm and gauge factor of 2 is mounted on a steel bar. Okay, it form one arm of a symmetrical Wheatstone bridge circuit. When a tensile load is applied on the bar, the galvanometer shows output voltage equivalent to 4.5 millivolt. If the operating current is 12 milliameter or milliampere, calculate the mechanical strength developed in the bar. So that R is 100 ohm, then strain gauge factor is 2, output voltage is 4.5 millivolt. It can be converted into 4.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 volt, and current, that is 12 milliampere, and it will be 12 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. Okay, we know that along the path ABC, supply voltage Vs is given by Vs equal to I in bracket R1 plus R2 equal to that R1 R2 are equal, that's why I into 2R. Okay, so Vs equal to 12 into 10 to the power minus 3, 2 into 100. Okay, from that we can get Vs equal to 2.4 volts. Okay, so output voltage dVO for the quarter bridge is given by dVO equal to Vs by 4 into F into epsilon. Okay, so 4.5 into 10 to the power 3 minus 3, that is dVO, which is given 2.4 volt, that is value of supply voltage we have calculated, divided by 4 into gauge factor 2 is given, and epsilon we will have to calculate, and it will be 3 point, is only one parameter is unknown, so 3.75 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so that is the strain developed, is it? So this is the strain developed in the single limb of a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, then next, half bridge. In case of the half bridge, two resistances are attached to the cantilever beam, and in that case the unbalanced condition will be balanced by equilibrium condition. Okay, so figure 3.A.7 shows the circuit of half bridge. Okay, of strain measurement. In this, two strain gauges are used for strain measurement, and other two resistances are fixed resistors. Okay, the resistance R1 and R2 are bonded to the upper and lower surface of a cantilever beam respectively, is it? So here we can say that in the diagram there is one cantilever beam, and on that cantilever beam one R1 is mounted on the upper side of the cantilever beam, and R2 is mounted on the lower side. Okay, and a downward force is applied on the cantilever beam at the tip. Okay, so gauge R1 under tension, gauge R2 under compression, R3 and R4 are fixed resistance. Okay, so that is also shown in the that half bridge circuit. Okay, when no strain is applied, R1, R2, R3, R4 are equal to R. Okay, so that's why VAB equal to VAD equal to Vs by 2, and that's why output voltage is equal to 0, means VO equal to VAB minus VAD equal to 0. Okay, when load is applied to the beam, means when we apply the load to the beam, the resistance R1 increased due to tensile load, that is R1 to R1 plus dR1 or dR, and the resistance R2 decreased due to equal compressive load, that is R2 to R2 minus dR. Okay, the voltage VO changes from VO to VO plus dVO. Okay, VO to VO plus dVO. Okay, so voltage drop in limb AB and BC is represented by VAB equal to I into R1. Okay, so R1 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs, and VAB equal to R1 plus dR, because strain condition. Okay, so because R1 changes to R plus dR, is it? And R plus dR plus R minus dR, so R plus dR upon, it will be 2dR or 2R. into Vs. So VAD equal to voltage drop in limb AD into DC is given by VAD equal to R3 upon R3 plus R4 into Vs. So V by 2R into Vs. So Vs by 2. Okay, R by 2R into Vs. Therefore R will get cancelled with R in the denominator, and that's why Vs by 2. The change in output voltage due to the straining is given by VO plus dVO equal to VAB minus VAD equal to R plus dr upon 2R into Vs minus Vs by 2. Okay, so the output voltage dVO equal to Vs by 2 into dr by R. Okay, the simple mathematical relation is there, nothing is difficult. You just gone through it, you will understand each and everything. Okay, in terms of the applied strain, the strain gauge factor F will be dVO equal to Vs by 2 into F into epsilon. Okay, where which is twice the output Whiston Beach using one gauge only. One gauge only will be uh, 2 Vs. Here we can check it. It is Vs by 4 into F, and in case of the half bridge Vs by 2. Okay, so above equation can be written as dVO equal to Vs by 4 into dr by R minus dr by R. Okay, so that is nothing but the dVO equal to Vs by 4 means fractional change in resistance of a gauge in limb AB minus fractional change in resistance of gauge in limb BC. The negative sign with fractional change in resistance of a gauge in limb BC is due to the fact that compressive tensile strain are opposite sign. Okay, so I think you have understood what is the difference between quarter bridge and half bridge. The difference is only that TVO equal to Vs by 4 uh, into F into epsilon in case of the quarter bridge, and Vs by 2 into F into epsilon in case of the uh, that half bridge. Okay, then next we will have to study that is full bridge. Okay, in full bridge circuit of strain measurement, the, all four strain gauges are used for strain measurement, and the strain are bonded to the upper surface, that is R1 and R2, and R2 and R3 are bonded to the lower surface of the cantilever beam. Okay, so R1 and R3 will be will in tension, and R2 and R4 will in compression. Okay, so when no strain is applied, R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R4 equal to R. So VAB equal to VAD equal to Vs by 2, that we have already gone through. Therefore VO means output voltage across terminal B and T is given by VAB. So the output voltage across the terminal B and D is given by VO equal to VAB minus VAD. Okay, when load is applied to the beam, the resistance R1 and R2 increases due to the tensile load. Okay, so R1 and R4, R1 equal to R4 to R1 plus dr, and resistance R2 and R3 decreases due to equal compression load. That's why R2 equal to R3 to R minus dr. Okay, so voltage VO will change from VO to VO plus dVO. Okay, VAB means voltage drop across limb AB and BC is given as VAB equal to I1 into R1 equal to R1 upon R1 plus R2 into Vs. Okay, and due to straining, VAB equal to R plus dr upon R plus dr plus R minus dr into Vs. So it can be written as R plus dr, and that dr will get cancelled, means 2R numerator into numerator we will get 2R into Vs. Okay, and VAD equal to voltage drop in limb AD and DC is given as VAD equal to I2 into R3, means R3 by R3 plus R4 into Vs. So due to straining, VAD equal to R minus dr upon R plus dr plus R minus dr equal to into Vs. So R minus dr upon 2R into Vs. So that will be the due to straining. Okay. So the change in output voltage due to the straining is given by VO plus DVO equal to VAB minus VAD, and DVO equal to what? That is R plus dr upon 2R for limb AB, and R minus dr upon 2R into Vs will be for voltage drop across AD. Okay, so DVO equal to Vs into dr by R, is it? Because suppose we have taken out Vs as a common, so 2R means denominator will be same. So what will happen, plus dr and minus dr will become cancel out. 2R upon means 2R upon 2R, is it? No, dr will not get cancelled because outside the bracket there is a negative sign. So minus r will get cancelled, means 2 dr upon 2r. So 2 will get cancelled. So dvo, that output voltage, equal to vs into dr by r, that is the final relation, and dvo equal to vs into dr by r. So dr by r is nothing but the gauge factor and epsilon. So dvo equal to vs into f into epsilon. So this is nothing but the that what we can say, that the output voltage across the limb vs into f into epsilon for the full bridge. Okay, so which is 4 times the output of which Western bridge using one gauge only, means quarter ब्रिजच्या काय आहे ते 4 times आहे. Okay, so this is nothing but the all the 3 types of unbalanced condition in a Western bridge, that is quarter bridge, half bridge and full bridge. Okay, in the next lecture we will go on through means we will go through the temperature compensation gauges, that is temperature compensation by adjustment. Then next will be the so this is nothing but the temperature compensation gauges. These are also important because it is asked in summer 17, winter 16, summer 14, summer 14, then winter 10, summer 10. Okay, likewise. So whatever the portion we have completed, just gone through that, I will share you the notes related to the pressure first part of the third unit. Okay, and as after one lecture, the second part of the strain measurement will also be completed. Okay, so both the PDF I will share in the WhatsApp group, and whatever the doubt related to this lecture, that we will discuss in the Google Meet on 1:30 p.m. Okay, so just go on through the and the video, whatever the doubt, that we will discuss. Okay, so we will stop over here. Thank you.